Hello birdies and welcome back to Treetop Adventures. In today's video, you're going to see my family's Disney Christmas trip. As you can see, we're walking through the Disneyland Hotel and take a wild guess, that's where we stayed. This is a 3-day trip with 1 off day and 2.5-ish park days. We started off our first day at the pool all day, or almost all day, at 2 cabanas, and we were really lucky to get both of them because at first it was only one. Now for lunch I had this really good crab roll. It was really good, and then my fries, obviously. It was really cold outside, so I'm bundled up in a little towel. But our view was absolutely amazing with the water slides and the new DVC tower, which is where we stayed. This was the walkway leading up to the DVC tower, and it's actually pixie dust, which I thought was really cute. And the pixie dust leads to a star that you can see right there. Now, after chilling in our rooms for a little bit and exploring it, it was really pretty. I got a Tiana room, and my favorite Disney princess, Tiana. Anyways, aside from that, for dinner we got ramen at Trader Sam's, and it was delicious. I love this ramen so much. Jumping forward to the next morning, we ended up taking the monorail into the parks. We also had early entry since we were staying at a Disney resort, so that was also really nice. Our first ride was Autotopia, which was technically supposed to be Small World, but hey, I'm not complaining about going on Autotopia first. But our next ride, can you guess what it is? Oh my gosh, guess what? It's Small World. To be honest, this is my least favorite ride, but during Christmas time it's kind of tolerable because it's not the same song over and over and over again. There's still obviously part of the song in there, but it's also just really prettily decorated. Prettily is a new word now, by the way. It's in my vocabulary. Add it to yours. Our next ride was Matterhorn, which is probably one of my favorite rides. Not my top, but it is one of my favorites. I would also like to add that the right side is 10 times better than the left side. Right side is so much smoother, and I feel it's a lot more fun, versus the left side is just really bumpy and back-breaking. After Matterhorn, we went to Rose Tavern for a quick hot cocoa break. I love the vibes in Rose Tavern. It's really pretty. I like how the live-action movie is incorporated with certain figurines around, and obviously the animated version is like a big part of it. And the gray stuff is delicious. After Rose Tavern, we went on Peter Pan's Flight, which is one of my favorite dark rides. Then, after that, we went on Alice in Wonderland, which I absolutely loved, especially this time because I was actually in a play that was called Alice at Wonderland, and I was Violet, one of the laughing flowers. And going through the ride, I kept pointing everything out, and I was like, oh my gosh, that person's playing that person's playing that. And that's how I'm going to see the ride all the time now, but I'm not complaining. We then decided to go on Big Thunder Mountain, which is a family favorite. One thing I have noticed is during this part of the ride, they haven't been shooting the smoke out. And it hasn't just happened once. It's been like multiple times where it hasn't happened. We also almost broke down here. We like stopped for a second and everybody got really scared, but then we started back up. It was all good. But yeah, there's like no smoke and it's really sad. Then we got to go on my favorite ride in Disneyland, which is the Haunted Mansion, but it's Christmas time Haunted Mansion, so Jack decked the halls. My family has always loved Disney, but they've always also especially loved Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is an always go-to, and like we have to get on this ride whenever we go, especially when it's Christmas time. I also love how they added Sally in because I just think it's so cute because she's staring at her true love and kicking her foot out. It's just adorable. For lunch, I got a muffaletta sandwich at Tiana's place, and I actually got to meet Tiana. We ended up going back to the hotel for a little bit and just resting up because we were really tired after lunch. But after that, we hopped back on the monorail and went back into the parks. When we did go back into the park, we ended up going on Space Mountain, which is another one of my favorite rides. I love all the thrill rides here. Not really the biggest fan of all like the little kiddie rides. Obviously, when I was younger, I loved them, but now I'm a big roller coaster fan. So Six Flags is my favorite. I got cotton candy and got to watch a little bit of the dance show. Didn't have the best of spots, but we got to see this cast member having lots of fun. Then we stopped by Snow White's wishing well after seeing the lights on the castle light up, and I made a wish. After that, we made our way over to Pirates of the Caribbean and hopped on there. This is a really nice, soothing ride. There's only a couple drops in it, and you don't get super wet. You only get like sprayed a little bit. But it also depends on how high the water is because they can control the levels of the water. After ROTR, Rise of the Resistance, we went on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Then we went on the carousel, which is always lots of fun, and we got some cute photos of each other. Then we went on Pinocchio's Daring Adventure, which we don't go on very often, but when we do go on it, it's always lots of fun. We went on a couple more rides, and then we called it a night, went back to the hotel. I made some hot cocoa, and we watched TV and went to bed. Jumping into the next day, we went to DCA. Today is the last day of our 3-day trip. I personally like DCA better than Disneyland. Anyway, so happy that we're ending it off here. Our first ride was Guardians of the Galaxy. This is my favorite ride. I love it so much. It's so fun. I actually used to hate it when it was Hollywood Tower of Terror, but now I absolutely love it. And that is Harold, the old Yeti from Matterhorn. After Guardians, we went on Cars or Radiator Springs Racing, whatever you want to call it. We call it Cars. We got tires. I personally like paint better. It's a lot more fun, and the music is amazing. But the technical part behind getting the tires is also pretty cool. After that, we went into Flo's Cafe to grab some food. I had some chicken tendies and fries, and we all agreed that after this, we would call it a day, call it a trip, and head home. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what we did on our family vacation. See you birdies next time. Bye!